Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. So I wanted to show you this one trick that I've learned over the years while putting away Christmas decorations that's really going to help you stay organized. So I have a regular strand of lights here. These are just like a 60 count LED lights, but it's the typical length of lights that you would use. And what you want to do first, before you start wrapping up the lights, is just make sure that there's no kinks in it or any like loops or anything like that. Just make sure that you can get a nice clear strand of lights. And then we have the male part and then the female end of these lights. So you're going to want to start with the female end, the one that doesn't have the two plugs, and then you can just drop the male end to the ground. From here, you want to take the female part in your hand, just in between your thumb and index finger, and then we're going to be using this part of the arm to wrap the lights around. It gives them a nice length without it being super short or super long, and I've just found that works the best. So wrap it around your elbow like this, and then, like I said, in between the thumb and index finger is where you're going to be wrapping the lights around on the other side, and that helps them hold nice in place. So you just want to wrap them around, and there'll be a couple like kinks throughout the way, even as best as you can try. But you just want to wrap them around. Keep it pretty tight, but not like crazy tight, because you're going to have to take it out of your arm afterwards. So we're just going to wrap these up. And then once you get to this part where you're at the end of the strand, not all light strands, like if you use the traditional type that aren't LEDs, they don't typically have just the wire at the end. They'll still have lights, but either one's fine. Once you don't have enough to make it all the way around again, what you're going to do is take this part that was holding on with your hands, with your other hand of the strand, and then take the other part so that way you have it nice and together like this. Then what you want to do is grab the center of the strand, so grab all those wires together, and then with this leftover piece, you're going to want to wrap it around so that way it holds everything in place. So you can see that I have the male part right here and it's wrapped around. And then with the female end that you had from the very beginning, what you want to do is wrap it around the opposite direction. So the male's going this way, we're going to wrap the female around the other way, and then so that way you can get a good look here. We're going to actually just plug it in, just like that. And now this is held together really well. So it's not going to go anywhere, it's not going to get undone, and that's pretty much it. So I understand that the last strand of lights that I showed you is just the traditional type, and not everybody's going to be putting away those types of lights. So for example, I was decorating with these snowflake lights this past year, and these are a little bit more difficult to organize, but pretty much any strand of lights you can find a good way of organizing them. So I'm going to start off with one snowflake at the end, and then just work my way through the strand. There's only 5 snowflakes on this strand, but I just want to stack them on top of each other. And then once I get to the end of it, I'm going to grab all of these together. And I've got the female end in my hand, and then the male end is on this end. And we're going to be doing basically the same thing as last time. So I'm just going to wrap these around a few times, just until this male end is nice and tight. I'm going to take the female end here. I'm going to wrap it around the other direction, and then they can just plug in like that. Then you can just grab all the loops at the top, and here we go, nice and organized. So I also wanted to show you that not only does that work for the Christmas lights, but it also works for garland. So this here is like the flexible garland. So it has the metal on the inside, so that way you're able to kind of adjust it as you'd like. I also have wrapped a strand of lights around this one, but it's pretty much the same thing, except for I don't plug in the lights at the end. All you really want to do is just start with one end and then wrap it around your arm, just like the lights. And it helps keep these nice and organized and kind of in check as well. So I just got a bundle here. I like to kind of compress it a little bit so it doesn't take up as much room in storage. And we just got a nice little bundle just like that, and it holds well too. So I've got a bunch of more strands that I'm going to wrap up like this, and then I'll put them in the box. The last thing I just wanted to say is that you actually can use this trick for smaller extension cables. I'd say the larger ones, it's better off to still use your arm's length to loop them around, but with the smaller ones, it keeps them nice and small and tidy. But yeah, that was pretty much all I had for those tips for you today. If they are helpful to you, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, so that way hopefully other people can see this video and make themselves more organized. But besides that, that's really all I have for you in this video today. So I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.